Hi, I'm Dr. Morse. I'm a naturopathic physician in Port Charlotte, Florida. And the reason we're putting this video together is for physicians around the world and also those interested parties that might be handicapped, quadriplegics or paraplegics, and the benefits that they can achieve from natural healing processes. I have a gentleman with me that is a patient of mine that you will see further on this tape. We will be interacting and talking about some of the benefits that Mr. Leapart here has experienced. Also on the tape, at the very end, you will see a story of a 31-year-old white female that is a level C3, C4 spinal cord injury. According to her medical record, she has a complete spinal cord separation, and now she has mobility back. She can move her limbs and quite is neurologically aware all through her body. We want to discuss the natural healing approach to spinal cord injuries and show that a lot of money is being spent out there for artificially trying to increase neurological functions, where we've been able to reconnect neurological functions through natural healing. And Roger, you're a great example of this process. You've come a long way. You've seen bone regeneration, tissue regeneration. You have some minor nerve regeneration starting to come about. Story went on the TV.
Local media.
Local media. Tell them some of the benefits and what level of injury and all that.
Well, a C4, C5 quadriplegic as a result of a trampoline accident in March of 1960. So I've been almost 37 years in a wheelchair. And I was introduced to Dr. Morse back in August of 1995, late in that month, and decided to participate in the herbal program, which involves juicing and a modified diet and detoxifying the body. And I was resolved to do anything reasonably asked of me to achieve the end results, even if it took 2 or 3 years. What investment is that compared to 37 years of being paralyzed and confined to a wheelchair? And so I've got use of the upper extremities, not the use of the hands, and the spinal cord injury is not a severed spinal cord, but bruised and a scar tissue that prevents the nerve energy from allowing me to utilize the limbs and other functions of the body. The results of being on the herbal program, including the juicing, modified diet, has been absolutely remarkable. As you know, Dr. Morse, a virtual grocery list of benefits. And it's amazing in how the God-given inner healing process of the body picked its own priorities as to what it was going to heal first, and it went on to the second item, third item, and so on. And one of the side benefits to all of this was a tremendous weight loss. Paraplegics and quadriplegics do not have an opportunity to really exercise. So we have a lot of inability that creates a host of problems in itself. And over the period of 10 months where I experienced virtually all of these healing processes, I lost 100 pounds, 10 pounds a month, so it was safely lost, and about 13 inches off the waist, which is absolutely remarkable in itself. Yes. But the physical ailments were amazing, as you know, as to what the body addressed and healed, starting with chronic fatigue, and I had that badly. And the mental alertness that's come back has been phenomenal. And that mental fatigue left within a period of a month. And the chronic edema that I had, that disappeared within 5-6 weeks. The recurring bouts of cellulitis in my right leg that kept coming back like a bad dream, and being treated with high-powered medications such as vancomycin, IV treatments, that the body kicked out in 6 weeks, which was just amazed, just astounded my doctor, who was an infectious disease specialist, who's been tracking all of my progress over, a little over a year right now. And of course the blood tests have been phenomenal, where the immune system's been rebuilt, the kidneys, which were extremely in poor condition, weak and defective, were totally rebuilt, the liver and the spleen. This is all substantiated, through the blood tests that were taken by my MD. But in addition to the edema being eliminated and the cellulitis, golly, sometimes I have to think of all the things. I got rid of a chronic sinus problem. The curvature of the spine, the scoliosis has disappeared, and it's been so phenomenal that even it corrected my eyesight. But the one item, though, as you know, Dr. Morse, that brought so much media coverage was the fact that this program and the inner healing process corrected a deformed leg. I had broken my right leg back in '85 due to osteoporosis, and the calcium being described as eggshell. The right leg was subsequently 2 inches shorter than the left leg, and it had quite a bow in the leg because the femur bone grew back or mended at a 28-degree angle, as you know. And back in June of 1996, the right leg literally straightened itself out. And of course, what's so exciting, we've got the x-ray proof of this, where I sent up north and had my orthopedic doctor up in the Cleveland area send down the old x-rays from 1990, and comparing them with the new x-rays that were taken here in July of 1996, the doctors have been absolutely astounded. I mean, the common adjective is, this is incredible. You know, old fractures don't heal themselves, you know. And they were also amazed at the bone density. No more osteoporosis.
Or osteomyelitis.
And I had osteomyelitis. I had a pus bag, an abscess, resting on my pelvic bone. And the body ejected that last December and January. Now that had to be surgically addressed, but the doctor had told me that if that abscess had continued to rest on the pelvic bone, which was infecting it with osteomyelitis, it would have dissolved the pelvic bone area. It would have destroyed my skeletal structure. And that is gone. I mean, that was something that doctors were amazed at. You don't get rid of osteomyelitis, and you don't get rid of osteoporosis. But we did.
Yes, we did.
We did.
We did. The level of healing that we do here in this clinic is very high in terms of cellular regeneration. And this is, you will witness the TV show that shows the x-rays of Roger's right femur, and you will see that story soon following after our discussion here. Again, our main reason for doing this tape is to inform those physicians or those interested parties who are suffering from these situations, who are in some way directly associated with spinal cord injuries, the tremendous results that can happen. Spasticity levels can be greatly reduced, even though spasticity is very important to quads and pairs because of the factor of lymphatic and blood movement in the lower extremities. This is very important. We have found that a lot of these side effects are important, but that there is no attention put on cellular regeneration. We talk about neurological regeneration, and a lot of physicians say, oh, there's no way. Well, we will show you a way. We will show you and introduce you to Diane Parks here on the end of this film, as we discussed, and you will see nerve regeneration like you have never seen it. She did 100 leg lifts for us just a couple of weeks ago. Due to, again, poor funding and the fact that most of these individuals are financially compromised, they have lack of care, obviously. Those who are watching this video that are aware of this know how bad this situation is. Physical therapy is something that is hard to get after the 3-year period, and yet this lady could be up walking if we had physical therapy. This is one of the problems, and the same thing with you, Roger. We need to get more stand aids. We need to get more help in that respect.
Well, yeah, there's a lot that needs to be done because the impact upon the family and the caregivers is
Definitely.
indescribable at times.
It is.
The cost is astronomical, and the impact upon the caregivers cannot even be properly described in a short period of time.
Well, we looked at about, you know, the cost of natural healing is very reasonable. I think over the period of a year, and you've had all these unbelievable changes, the cost factors are very minimal comparative. I mean, we're talking in the low thousands compared to a lot of money that's being spent in this direction. And we like to focus on natural healing because the body has an unlimited ability to heal itself. We have never seen someone with, actually in this clinic, we've never seen anybody with any problem that came in here that couldn't rectify it if they went after it. And so we want to introduce this form of higher healing here. We would, if you are interested in what you see here and you feel like you can benefit from this, you are welcome to call our company. You will see the name. We are working very much in cellular regeneration factors. You are welcome to call and talk to Roger here and find out more about what you can achieve on these programs. those that that are on ventilators, that have had a tracheotomy. We can show you how to get off of that and how to enhance cellular activity, how to get the bowels moving on their own, how to do, it's unlimited.
It's unlimited, indeed it is. I mean, as you know, when we conducted our radio shows, that I've had some of your patients or ex-patients on the show with phenomenal testimonials where people literally have cured themselves of cancer. These are medically documented cases. And some instances where some were sent home to die. Their oncologists gave up on them. There's nothing more we can do. Get your affairs in order. And now they're back to robust health with no cancer left in their system. And I mean, that's just absolutely mind-boggling.
It is.
But it shows, though, that if we feed into our bodies the proper herbs and the nutrition, it will allow our body to do amazing things in healing itself. This has been quite an education for myself because I was an old meat and potato guy, and what I've learned over the last year or so has been absolutely phenomenal in itself, and very grateful for it because there's nothing like doing it the natural way, God-given way. Because, you know, hey, ladies and gentlemen, herbs have been around here since the book of Genesis, the beginning of time, and it's only been in recent years that pharmaceuticals that have come on the plane, which is all right. I mean, they have their place. I think we all agree on that. But when you can take a natural medicine, meaning herbs, the herbal approach, along with the juicing of carrots and fresh fruit juices, and see your body start to heal itself, it's quite a self-motivating factor. It was for me.
It is.
Boy, when I start realizing I'm feeling better and sleeping better and starting to lose weight and get rid of some of all these problems, I thought, man, this is a trip.
It is a trip.
In fact, that's what you told me. Hey, Rod, you ready for a trip? Yeah, I never realized what a trip.
What a trip it was. It is a trip.
And we're still on the journey.
And we're still on the journey.
Right.
You know, detoxification or cleansing of tissue is essential to achieving optimum health in this field. And that's a process, and it is important to have a healthcare practitioner involved in that process. But if you want to learn more, please continue to watch this tape, view Roger's story on TV, and also view Diana's story. Now, in Diana's situation, when she moves her legs, it appears she does it in a spasm, and she does not. She can move in a spasm, as many quads and pairs can, but she can move without spasticity and without help in that direction. So, do explore this avenue if you're interested in this, because tremendous help can be attained at your levels. These are difficult situations.
And if you're a paraplegic or quadriplegic with a grocery list of physical problems, this is something you need to look at, because I was desperate for an answer. My prayer to the good Lord was, Lord, show me the way of escape.
Yeah.
It came about.
Yeah, it did. It came about good. Natural healing is fantastic. We thank you very much. Please stay tuned and watch the rest of the video. We'll have the address of our company on the end of it. And please feel free to call us, and you will learn some interesting and far-reaching effects that you can accomplish in your life with natural healing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're watching First on 2.
Modern medical science is a wonder, bringing healing and relief to many people for a wide variety of afflictions.
But it can't cure everything, and those who don't find help through modern medicine often turn to alternative treatments. In tonight's 2 in Depth, here's someone who did just that, and you won't believe what he found.
At age 54, Roger Liepart is something of a miracle. In the last year, he's overcome a host of medical problems: chronic fatigue, swelling of the leg, acute cellulitis, and recurring bladder infections. Problems all compounded by the fact that he's a quadriplegic, and he's lost 100 pounds at the same time without even trying. His doctors can't believe it.
They'll privately tell me it's a miracle, or they'll privately tell me that, Roger, you're making history.
Liepart had lived with all of these problems for many years. Conventional medical treatments were no help. Then he met naturopathic health counselor Robert Morse.
And people are going, wait a minute, I don't have to be hurt. I don't have to have that breast ripped off. I don't have to have that uterus pulled out. As a male, you don't have to have your prostate reamed and taken off. Or so you don't have to have that open heart. You can save these things.
Using only herbs and foods, Liepart says Dr. Morse changed his life.
So I've eliminated a whole grocery list of maladies that, in many cases, were life-threatening.
Herbals are organic in nature, and your cells are organic in nature, so this is why herbs work. Cells accept them. And I've seen a lot of great things happen.
So has Roger Liepart, and they're still coming, like an old fracture that left one of his legs 2 inches shorter than the other, but not anymore.
All the doctors could say this is incredible. Bones don't do this. Old fractures do not cure themselves without some kind of surgical procedure. And since the newest x-rays were taken in July, the leg is extended another ½ inch. It's only ½ inch shorter than the left leg at this point.
Hard to believe, but x-rays don't lie. It all seems to show when it comes to health and healing, at least in some cases, Mother Nature may still know best.
Now, amazing. Now, we can't independently confirm all the problems Roger Liepart says he found help for, but he's happy, and that may be what matters most. For those interested, naturopathic health counselor Dr. Robert Morse is based out of Port Charlotte.
What an interesting story. I can't believe that. Well, coming up on News 2 at 6, IT report.